Yeah, very good evening. Right, so today we are supposed to get started with Angular, and as requested by some of them, let's quickly one day spend on Angular 1.x, please. Okay, we'll try to little discuss on Angular 1 today because I told you now there are almost people asking for Angular 1 also. Maybe we cannot cover a lot of Angular 1, but yes, we can at least have some basic idea of Angular 1. Okay, so the last sessions, whatever we have learned, are very, very valuable sessions and important sessions, please. Very valuable, important sessions. Those are. We discussed about JavaScript. We discussed about JavaScript objects mainly. We talked about JavaScript prototypes. We discussed about JavaScript, polymorphism, inheritance, how you would provide. We were talking about local scope, global scope, let keyword, then inner functions, then how do you call, what are closures, how you're going to use closure feature, all that stuff. So it's a vast discussion that is, all right. So now with that knowledge, we can just go ahead and talk about Angular, please. Yes, so this is my Angular 1. Actually, this is my Angular 1 slides which I am sharing with you. I told you, no, after this, we will talk about remaining all discussions on Angular 2. So people who are aware of Angular 1, whatever we are talking, just try to go ahead and you can raise your questions, anything on your 1.x knowledge also. I don't know how fruitful this session will be for you, but as I told you, whatever you ask me, I will definitely respond in one session. Whatever I am trying to focus would be what is that Angular 1.x and how it works. That will be my attention. Let's go ahead without any wasting time. Here is the website for old version of Angular. All participants listen proper, relaxed, then you might totally go wrong in the course, I'm telling you. 1.x version talk. The website, the official websites are very important for Angular. Please, you don't find much good solutions related to Angular on internet. Okay, so the only good source of information is official websites of Angular. And as I told, Angular 1.x versions, Angular 1.x versions, okay, are called generally as AngularJS. Okay. Is called as AngularJS, please. Okay. Now, this is the website where you need to browse Angular JS, please. Okay. Now, what is that Angular JS is, please? When you talk about JavaScript already you have sensed it in our discussion. In fact, lot of JavaScript which we discussed, that all is, latest JavaScript that I taught you. But if you go to old JavaScript, you will see more bad parts than good parts. Okay. When JavaScript was really in a bad scenarios, bad situations, jQuery has given really a new life to all JavaScript code. Really a new life to all JavaScript code. An excellent library which makes JavaScript also work or like rich languages. Okay, but still, if Angular would have not come, jQuery would have only be the easy way of JavaScript. Catch my sentences. One sentence of mine is like reading 20 pages. Yeah, openly I'm telling you. So if you catch it, then you will be very well and professional, more professional. I said, if Angular would have not been there, jQuery would have been the most popular simple library to use JavaScript. Okay, but Angular JS, Misko Hovary and Brad Adams, these two guys in Google, they have designed one library. They have designed one library for building their internal projects for their teams, and which have become really a huge success. Which has become really a huge success, and later that product is only we called as Angular JS from Google. It was Google alone who has almost like manufactured this, maintained this. Google alone. Google is never known for commercial popular products. They have good products, but they do not have any products which others use lot and build. They have their own products, not please. Okay, is my voice speaking? Let me check. Let me check. Give a minute. I will just check. Okay, I'm just checking. I'm just checking still. I don't know what I can do. The network is showing me orange color. Orange is actually okay from my side. Green is excellent. Orange is fair actually. It's a fair one, but yeah. How do I enable this? Is that metered connection? It was good till now, and the previous session also it is good. But anyhow, just a minute. I am setting my internet connection only for this session. I forgot how to set that. I think you know there is one option in Windows 10 that is metered connection. I'm doing that. Wi-Fi settings. Yes, I did that. I did that change maybe slowly over 2 minutes of time. You might see a better one. I think now also it's fine. Is it audible now or is it still breaking, please? Hope it is let me explain to me as I'm explaining to you. All right. So as I said, you know that Angular has given. I was Misco Hope and added both these people. There, stable, and you can also see that it is MVC pattern based. Angular 2 also follows MVC pattern in a different style, please, not in the same style like how we are doing in Angular 1. How we are in Angular 1. Oops. Yes, is it good? All of your audio is going fine, or is it breaking? Is it good? Can you please reply? Oh, it's still breaking. Okay. I don't know, suddenly my internet speed has come down now. Just now I finished core, it was very good actually. Somebody says it's good actually. Okay. Let me continue. Okay, to whatever extent. Not manageable, then again please drop a message. Yeah, so MVC pattern is the innovative work that Angular team has done. This started building applications in model view patterns, and many tasks, like common tasks such as DOM manipulation, uh, updating, managing user interface based on data, and using asynchronous processing, threads, all these, they made us one of the best development places. They made us one of, they gave all libraries to handle these kind of tasks, right? One thing that has really is declarative programming style is declarative programming style. All right, it is declarative programming style. Now, what do you mean by declarative programming? What do you mean by declarative programming? That is, instead of writing code, instead of writing code, you would give instructions to you how to behave. This very important programming model is what Angular is really is what Angular declarative approach. You cannot write code all the time to perform your processing or to do your any work. Okay, you will just add some instructions to your elements, and then that instructions start behaving accordingly. Then that instructions would automatically start behave accordingly. Angular 1 declarative programming is really simple when compared with Angular 2 and 4 also. When compared with Angular 2 and 4 also. Okay. Had a good approach of the new things. You see this slide? If you can see that slide, it might look like server programming. This is in that little teeny browser that Angular provides to us. That beauty. That Angular provides. All right, still it is breaking. Okay, all of you, I'm changing the network now. Yes, I have changed the network. How is it now? Now I'm running with a different network. Hopefully it should run good now. It's good, right? Okay, that's good. Okay. Yeah. So now moving ahead. I told you already we have things. Let's skip this. Let's skip that. Why Angular JS only? As you can see there, Angular redefines how to build front-end apps. Okay, yes, as I told in the previous slide. Instead of manipulating DOM, you annotate your DOM. This is what I was telling, declarative approach. You annotate your DOM with metadata, and rest Angular manipulates the DOM for you. DOM is nothing but all the elements that we access, all the HTML elements that we access from JavaScript, please. So Angular says that you don't manipulate DOM. You just tell me I would manipulate DOM as you require. That's really great, just like C# and all. It's great for dynamic websites and helps create responsive websites. And moreover, you have great options to test your JavaScript or client-side code also. You have many options to test your client-side code also, please. Hope I'm clear with that point. Client-side testing also is greatly possible with that. So anything testable, you should trust. There is no question of not trusting that testable code. All testable codes would be always reliable code in terms of development and all that. Okay, so don't forget that, please. Now, as I told you, it is very easy to create as well as test it, please. Let me quickly go to one good slide which will teach you how Angular works, please. Okay, now this all is what we used to talk a lot in the days. Okay, we'll skip this. Yes, now this is the most important slide, all of you. This is the most important slide, I said. Now, how Angular works, all of you. How Angular works. Can you please see now? Just see the flow, please, as I am showing you one by one. Then I will talk to you. Okay? Yeah. HTML and browser, you can see the relation. We all know this fundamental thing, right? Now, the HTML would make a request to browser, and browser JavaScript will make all your content, all of you, all your content as a static content, please. Static DOM, right? Takes everything as, it loads everything as a static DOM, please. Okay? Now, that static DOM, what will happen? There is an event for that static DOM, that is DOM loaded event. DOM loaded event. This DOM loaded event would fire, and that is where Angular loads itself. The Angular library gets loaded at this point of time. This is Angular 1, all of you. And what Angular 1 does is, it takes that dynamic DOM content loaded and then injects itself into some element, okay, or not some element, wherever you write this nd-app, there it injects itself, please. There it injects itself, okay. And then what Angular will do, can you see there? Angular 1 has $injector. It has something called $injector. What this $injector will do, it will use two services. One is $compile and the other one is $root scope. One is $compile and the other one is $root scope. All of you. $compile is for what purpose? $compile purpose is to compile your DOM statements that are injected, all of you, that are injected with Angular statements, because browser doesn't know Angular statements. I will show this in the code also. Please remember the process which I am talking. Please remember the process which I am talking. It will compile your HTML code along with your Angular statements, please. If this compile is not there, then your system or your browser would not understand Angular. This $compile, makes your browser understand Angular, because the $compile will recognize all the statements, please. Will recognize all the statements. Hope you understood that. $root scope is for state, please. $root scope is for state. Whatever variables you declare, whatever other objects that you create, whatever are required, those are kept in $root scope. It is like global scope, please. $root scope is like global scope. Am I clear, all of you now, right? So these two are required for program. What's the next step? The compile will take this DOM and compile it along with the root scope, as I explained, and then produces a dynamic DOM. Did you see how it gets grip of that DOM? The static DOM is now got into the grip of Angular. It has come into the grip of Angular, and that we call that as dynamic DOM in Angular. In Angular 4, we call a new way shadow DOM. Okay, we'll talk that there. So Angular now Angular releases this DOM, which is in control of Angular. So whatever you do now, all that Angular would be able to understand, please. All that Angular would be able to understand that. And it gives you all that comfort of coding. Yes, so in Angular 1, maybe whatever you read slowly, this is one of the important content, please. Really very, very important content. Hope you got that. Any questions? Please go ahead quickly. We will go to demo of this now. We will go to demo of this. But again, I am trying to change to my main network because now it looks very healthy. First chat questions. By that time, I will change my network. Keep yourself in hold. Just I'm changing. My old network speed has now become good. Type your questions in the chat, all of you. Dollar compile means what is the question? See, dollar compile is an Angular service. Yes, I think I am now in good strength of audio. Dollar compile is my Angular service which compiles my code, takes a static DOM and generates a dynamic DOM. Got it? Ranjit, do you want to ask now in audio? I have got the option. You want to ask now? Okay, before I take your question, Ranjit, if view is dynamic DOM, then what are model and controller? Very good. View is dynamic DOM, right? Model and controller will be supportive to this view. In this view, if you write a equal to 10, suppose, or input type equal to text, something like ng hyphen something equal to a, that a value comes from model. And who fills value for that a is controller. Are you clear now, Jitendra? That's a good point, and I answered you very well if I am not wrong. Yes, Ranjit, just think about that. We'll take Ranjit audio question. Go ahead, Ranjit, now.
Yeah, with dollar injector,
You are not using microphone.
No, I'm using now microphone.
No, not at all audible. Just, sir, something I'm able to hear. That's
See, dollar injector. Dollar injector. Means your
dollar only I'm getting.
1 minute I am typing
Dollar injector you are saying?
Yeah, dollar injector. So means ng app you are defining, right? Ng app something modular modular. So dollar injector means
No, I am not able to get you. Please get a good microphone when you are very much good in asking questions. Get one good voice one and then ask me. Now you please type on. It's not audible at all. It's not audible at all to me. Okay. So what I was telling you, dollar injector, at least whatever you asked, I am trying to guess and tell you. Dollar injector is the main program of Angular which actually invokes these two services, dollar compile and dollar services. The Angular works in injection style. So it injects itself into your DOM and runs and compiles your dollar injector. It's a built-in part of your Angular. What is module in ng-app? Okay, that is the next question. See, Angular says that you might be having, listen carefully, you might be having lot of HTML elements starting from first line till maybe 500th line, like that. Now ng-app is a directive where you go and write this ng-app. This ng-app equal to there it will inject itself. It will inject itself. Hope you're understanding. Meanwhile, I'm also starting to show this to you. When I write code practically, then you will understand what is that app is. Let me just show you. Okay, just keep watching the screen that I'm trying to show you and try to understand. Now what I will do, I will go and write one simple Angular program. You will understand that diagram better now. Yes. Yes. Now what I am doing, please notice, I am going to a new website, all of you. The remaining things all I will explain to you in this code. Just see, concentrate and get it. So I'm just starting a new website, empty website, nothing, all of you. Whatever might be the name and all, leave it. Now see, I started one new website. Okay, it's creating my website. Okay. Once it creates a website, I'm going to install Angular in my project. Yeah, I didn't do anything because there was a small hangover, so I didn't do anything. Don't worry. See now. Now, what I am doing, all of you, I am just going to, everybody, I am just going to Tools, alright, and then go to Package Manager Console. I'm slowly doing that. Take your time and understand it. going to package manager console. I got this, and right now towards your right you can see Solution Explorer is there. Okay, and here I am typing install hyphen package AngularJS.core. Capital small doesn't matter. Install hyphen package AngularJS.core. Now, okay, all of you noticed it. Now I would just enter and see what happens now. Notice in my AngularJS 1 is very easy to install. Node.js, npm, nothing is required. Nothing is required, all of you, I'm telling you. Okay? Just you need to install AngularJS.core, that's it. Alright? Now, once you install, you will see that in scripts you have Angular.js. This is what Angular 1.5 is. We got latest Angular 1.6, and I just double clicked on that. You all can see as it gets opened. That is what is the Angular library, please. This is AngularJS 1.6.5. So it's a huge bunch of code, and the library, please. Okay, huge bunch of code, I said. Lot of lines of code. So it will take a lot of time. See, almost 34,000 of lines of code. That is Angular 1.6, all of you. Leave that. Now, here comes, I am trying to create one HTML page. I am trying to create one HTML page. Let us say Angular1.html. Yes, all are with me. Don't mind. If you don't mind, yes, no. All are with me. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you. People who are not replying, no questions of yours will be entertained in the course, and no requests of yours will be taken. Right, so this is my HTML page that I created now. Okay, now as part of this, normally what would be the process that we do? For example, I am trying to create a text box like this. Input type equal to text name equal to T1, value equal to blank. Okay, now we all know this is a text box. Okay, and whatever value you want, you can type in this text box. We know that that's a simple HTML. But now, what is my requirement? All of you, here starts our requirement. My requirement is, whenever user types any value, that value I want to display in a div or a span or as alert or somewhere I want to display. See, if I am typing Scott here, then I would like to display welcome Scott as I am typing. Okay, so normally what is the procedure, all of you? I'm not writing that, but roughly, normally what is the procedure? On change equal to F1, function F1, then in F1 document dot get element by ID of T1, then document dot get element by ID of D1 dot inner HTML equal to document dot get element by ID of T1 dot value. Such a complex you say or little lengthy you say, that is what you need to write. That's what you need to write. But how do I do that in Angular style? Please see, first I go to this body tag and I tell Angular, I want you from here. Yes, Ramesh, you asked ng-app. What is this? I told Angular, in this body, I want your involvement, ng-app. I gave blank here. Blank meaning is externally I am not expecting any Angular module or library. Only the Angular should get involved in my code. Actually, if you write ng-app equal to main, ng-app equal to main means main is a separate module in Angular which I will create and create some variable, some data in that, which I will use in my HTML. Right now I don't have any such content, so I just invoked ng-app. Please remember, you can write ng-app here also, but not in two places. Here. When you write like this, Angular will be available only in this div. Only in that div it will. Got it? I cannot call it as template Kartikeya when compared to 2, but still, it is an injection concept is what I will call. No need to compare, okay? It's not a template. Now see, I wrote here, then Angular is available only here. It's a directive basically, attribute it is. So I don't want in div, I want in total body. 2 ng-apps you should not write, only one. Done. I want in divs, out of 4 divs, 2. Then create one more div on top of them and write it. Otherwise, yes, I'm coming to you. Otherwise, for body, you write ng-app and don't write any Angular statement in 2 divs and write Angular statements in other 2 divs. You can have lot of other junk. See, that doesn't mean, see, I don't need Angular in this div, but it can be always present inside that ng-app. If you want, you can utilize it. Further, there is a concept called controller in Angular. If you want, you can also inject controller like that. But I think I answered your question, Ramesh. You got it or not? So write 4 divs. Use Angular only in 2 divs, but inject it at the top level. Okay? By injecting Angular, you are not wasting anything. Okay? You are just telling Angular, hey, from here I need you. In this container, I need you. Right. Now, is it clear, Ramesh, or no? I told you, anybody who is asking question, once you got it, please reply yes or no, because we are not face to face here, right? Hope you might be forgetting that. Yes, somebody wants to ask in audio again, but Ranjit, your voice I don't have, right? Still will try your voice. Come on, go ahead, you can talk now.
Yeah, so are you able to hear me?
But still, some voice. Okay, it is better now.
Okay, means like dollar root scope. So it's a scope, I think, in the whole application. Whole application means what? In ng-app, only one ng-app? Or suppose
Yes, whole application means where ng-app is there, all that elements.
Okay, means inside one ng-app. Suppose we are using 2 ng-app in our application, then its scope only will be in one ng-app.
2 ng-app will be running only one page. Now there is a concept of routing where in route, multiple pages you will combine into one and run. Then for a route you will write ng-app. For a route you write ng-app. Got it.
Yeah,
That is
but suppose
yeah.
Suppose a2.html one other page. There I am using ng-app, some different ng-app. Suppose this one main, this is some main one.
Yes, yes.
So in that case, $root scope will be accessible in both or only one ng-app.
Yes, yes, yes. I will tell you a better scenario. Suppose you have a dot a.html, b.html, c.html. All these three you can put under route and write ng-app for a route. Then root scope will have all the three pages as its content fields. All Angular content related to that three programs will be there. Got it, right? Yes. Once again, don't mind, not to Ranjit only, I am telling to everybody, please use microphone in case you want to listen also perfectly, also ask audio also perfectly. Speaker way of learning would not be really involved, please. Afterwards, it's up to you. Yes, Kartikeya has one more question. Let's say we have 4 HTML pages. Should we be keeping ng-app? Should we be keeping ng-app with same name in all 4 HTMLs? No, no, no. You are mistaken, Kartikeya. What I told you. All 4 HTML pages you should put under something called route in Angular. And for that route, you will write ng-app. For that route, you will write ng-app. Then automatically this 4 will be like child under that route. Quickly confirm, yes, no. Yes. So in that 4 phase, you will not even write ng-app now. Got it? Yes, good. Ajay has a question. Where is that? Where is that? Aziz has a question. Yes, yes. Anyhow, the same question. Very good, very good. Because we are not doing full Angular. Otherwise, all that will come in our Angular 1. Equal to automatically will it recognize ng-app? No. Good question, Ajay. That is automatically no. You must add .js to this particular file. I am going to add it. Just hold and see. Next, I have one more directive of Angular called ng-model m1. Now, did you see this is the declarative approach I was talking all of you. This is the declarative
Johnny
approach.
Walker,
Okay.
The Journey. Keep walking.
I just wrote ng-model. What Angular will do, you know, it will recognize this element with M1 in dynamic DOM. Now you talk to M1, M1 will talk to text.
Be very quick between
Now
the
you
wickets.
can
They
just
run
talk to
hard,
M1 like
very
normal
quick.
C# and
Even
all.
the one day as we saw
See,
that
please.
partnership, it was stitched around.
I am
these
going
two.
to next
Lots
line.
of singles.
Here
Big
I
boundaries
am
here.
writing
Plenty
H1
of areas, plenty of gaps.
or
You need
H2
to
probably,
make fielders work.
and then
Run them
inside this
bracket and do
H2
that.
I want to print that value of M1. So I would just write 2
Not
curly
much to
braces
cheer about
M1.
Sri Lankan fans.
2 curly braces means like
This year.
percentile hash eval, data binding statement. That's it. My program is
dropping almost 60 catches in all
to run this
formats.
program.
But catches
as
like that certainly
Ajay
will
Raj,
lift.
You need
For
to
6 overs.
add this angular.js.
Bad ball to start off proceedings from Matthews.
Finish.
Look
No
at
get
Brown.
element by ID.
Finding the timing. He was
No
finding the
on-change
boundary.
event. No on-blur
Good
event.
mind.
And now when I run this program,
shot.
all of you, just see I go here and start typing.
Just under the left touch point.
That is
Wants to. But a lot of ground to
That is
cover.
how Angular
Dilshan Munavira from third
gives
man.
the results, please. Are you clear now how Angular 1.x works? So actually,
looking dangerous when Dasun
we
Shan
created one HTML
apologies.
page.
Brilliant catch.
In that we
fly through
injected Angular JS.
I think you should definitely write him an email.
We injected Angular JS,
And something
and then we started using Angular in
Prasanna
a
has
declarative
picked up
approach.
in stint in Northampton. The dab.
That is very interesting, right?
Not only a bit of confidence or leg break.
No, dynamic DOM you
Oh,
cannot
there you
see.
go.
Maybe if you go to browser development tools like that, you can. If you do Postman like that, if you go, you can see how it is preparing
Did you
what
learn
is.
the dab in your time in county
Yes,
cricket?
all of you understood this.
I think
Can I
we had
get
no
a
dabs
confirmation?
during my time.
This is only a small overview of Angular 1. Almost like I taught you one session of Angular 1 out of 30 or 25 sessions. Just in case you want to get idea about Angular 1.
47 for 2 after
You know,
7.
so many things like, if I go
Every
back
heart
to
has its own beat.
Angular 1
Why did I
means
stop
so many
listening to mine?
things,
Why
like
did I
this
leave my
here.
passion behind?
Let me go and show you. There's so
I
many
started up
things
again
in one
and made my
which
mark,
comes
my
as
signature.
part
So
of
what are you waiting for?
NDS
Log on to
branch.
Signature Starter
All
LinkedIn.
these you will be building in Angular 1. Yeah, these are all the features of Angular 1 that you will be doing. In case you want to try, there's nothing wrong in trying Angular 1. Continuation of this.
Again, wonderful
Okay.
scenes from the drone.
No, not through flowchart. I cannot pass
Beautiful.
flowchart for that a big flow.
Once again,
What I showed you document object model
couple of
is
shimmies.
a blueprint
Hitting it
of
so far, didn't even
how
bother looking.
what should I
Good use
say?
of the feet. And the first
How
ball of
Angular
Singapore
runs.
Prasanna's
No
over,
better
so
than
straight
that.
away under pressure. That's coming our way, Karthik.
Yes.
That's coming our way.
That means it will add loan IDs and all.
But we catching it
Yeah,
don't count.
with little
It's
bit
6.
I can show, but I don't know what are you trying to achieve by seeing these few things asking and getting. See,
The 50 up
now
to
what I
6.
can do, all of you, yeah, some of them are very keen.
That's more than
Injector
that's more than
compiler
like
ID.
Chehel work with.
See, I'll show you that module you are asking. See,
Oh,
right click on this
uniform
and add
conditions.
a
Virat Kohli is one of the
JavaScript
best.
file. Let's say main.js.
Flashed
Main.js.
away.
Here I'm going to write
There's a man in the deep.
varx equal
Cut it
to,
off.
I'm sorry, Angular
He's
dot
got a role to play.
module of main
Came on the
module
international scene
one name.
as an
So
18-year-old.
you're asking module, I'm still writing for you. You ask me, I
World
write
T20
to you.
2012.
Then you can write x dot, okay, whatever you want.
This time it was Manish
You
Pandey
can write
who tried
x
to
dot
repeat Virat Kohli.
controller of the controller
to get a
name, comma,
They are trying to make a bit of a
function
move because that required
like
rate
this.
is now climbing fast.
and then start
Almost up to
writing
10.
whatever code you want
Makes
as
for
part
interesting
of
viewing.
this.
Makes for an interesting match.
Whatever code you want to write. For example, something like
That's
a
the link.
equal to 100, I was telling you.
Very difficult to get underneath.
Just a sample I'm showing all of you. Then what you can do, come to a1.html
Confirm.
and now drag and
Stuttered
drop
here and there
your
in India.
main.js also
They're trying to
and
make a
write ng-app equal to main module and then start
is there?
using
Nice,
somewhere the value of a also
Hey, go
to
on.
be printed
57
here,
for
like
2.
this. That's how it goes. If you want to create a model,
Your sc-
like some of at least 2-3 people were asking,
It's virtually
a equal to
borderless.
100 is like a module only,
With millions of pixels worth of detail.
or model.
So
like-
whatever you're viewing, there's no limit to where it can take you.
Yes. Have you got the idea of Angular 1 style of
The
coding?
Dell Inspiron 7000 with an
At least I
infinity
don't know,
display.
not perfectly.
As
What is
real
that
as it gets.
empty points you understood roughly, right? What is that empty braces you might have understood? Like this, I can create many modules. I can create one module and then add another module here and so on. The discussion goes on. Yeah, two curly braces, I told you, means data binding. Sai Krishna or whoever asked it, who is that? You know percentile hash eval in ASP.NET?
Johnny Walker, The Journey.
No, also I
Keep
can ask one
walking.
more. You know it, right? That in Angular is
Following
two
the line,
curly
Dick
braces.
Weller.
That's
And when he deviates, it's ever so slightly difficult to follow.
it. Alright?
Whipped away.
Okay,
Into
so
the gap.
you want
We'll
to try
definitely get 2 runs there.
this try, but none of these points are required for
Batting to
our
come for
next
India. Kedar Jadhav, Mahendra
session.
Singh
That is-
Dhoni and Akshar
Thank you,
Patel.
question.
He will be at 7.
Yes, with Visual Studio 2015 also it's okay.
Delicate.
No need of 2017.
And has
In
got
fact,
some
we
pace
will do
to
all with Visual Studio 4.
Bonavira won't be able to stop. A welcome boundary to India.
Install this. Alright,
Another
that's
type
all
of
for
dab.
today.
Effective dab.
I hope you enjoyed
Bit of extra
Angular 1.
pace.
Ranjit, is it fine now that you asked
Just
for
enough.
Angular 1? Okay.
Just enough.
For what you want material Karthikeya for Angular 1, that slide I can share with you, one PPT I will
Bowling
share.
the leg breaks. It's got a bowl and stop ball as
Yes,
well.
I will share, okay? I will share. JavaScript objects I will share, as well as
About 10 runs from
what
the
is
previous
this,
over from Sika
that slide
Gebrselassie.
also I will
Once
share.
again,
Angular
another
slide
good
also
over.
I will share.
Trying to keep up with the
Tomorrow
required run
is a
rate.
fresh one.
106 needed of
No.
68 deliveries.
Today's content. This is a different world. Do not expect anything in Angular 2 session. In Angular 2 session,
They don't need it.
like this. Hope you will understand it. Why I'm telling like
They know they need
Okay.
a boundary
we will
APO.
talk limitations of 1 and 2 as we go on. I will tell you.
Juice
Don't worry.
playing its part.
That's all for
Because I
today.
definitely feel like
Continue
Dhananjay is going to struggle
tomorrow.
with that
Bye bye all.
grip. Not been very consistent in this over. 10 runs off his first over. It's 67 for 2.
Every heart has its own beat. Why did I stop?